All right, hello. I sat down, started shuffling. My first cut was the Fool and the Ace of Cups. So I thought, okay, well, we need to turn the camera on so we can. Nope, no, I'm shuffling them wrong. So I do have a very romantic, dreamy, interesting feeling, interesting vibe. Immediately, they made me take the star out. And that being said, I also feel a bit of a disturbance in the force, meaning, so what they keep saying to me is, you don't need to be afraid. But they're not revealing whatever secret this is. Two of Pentacles, Temperance. Makes me feel like a decision's been made. Nine of Cups. It's funny, it's like, I feel like they want to say that they're like a drunken love, and there's no a reason for this. Hangman, Five of Cups. Except that they're feeling emotionally overwhelmed, and they're saying you should be familiar with this because this is how you used to feel. Death and the Nine of Swords. It's like they want this pain to be over, and yet the High Priestess. I was getting a message that the masculines are learning to really trust their intuition a lot more. It's very cloudy and rainy here. I get the feeling you're at peace. You're at peace. You're peaceful right now. You want peace. Mostly I feel like you don't want drama, but this white bird is a message. You know, we get the same card over and over again. Look at it. 2 birds and 3 birds. 4 birds. 5 birds. 6 birds. So we have messages of love coming, and it goes 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1. Interesting. And then we have 1, 7. So you see clearly now. All these 3 birds have crowns on their head. And this is my music card. So you may be hearing music. He may send you a song. He might write you a poem. This one has music too. Love is all around. So the nightingale and the canary are both singing birds, right? The owl is silent. Let's see what we have here. The Tower. Yeah, I feel like this is the end of 9 of Wands, 3 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. There's a strong message coming through. 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, the Hermit, the Lovers, Knight of Wands, 8 of Cups. You know how I love that. Justice in reverse. So they keep showing me this card, so I'm just gonna get it out of this deck. There's a really strong message coming through. See that white bird up there? It's like you're this one good thing in his life. It's like he really sees clearly now what a blessing you are in his life. I think things came to pass that were so detrimental and so devastating and so difficult for him that I also get the feeling like you said something like, how you guys, how much better things are when you're together. Or maybe he didn't really see it. I saw so many interesting cards right there in that shuffle. It also is like bad things happen to him. If he did bad things to you, bad things happen to him. And not just a few, like life fell apart. And I actually get the feeling that this is like, so don't get me wrong when I say that the Divine Feminine has gone through her own difficulties. But in most of the cases, I feel like there was, so hear me out, because I went through literal devastation last year. And it's been bad, Saturn and Pisces has been really difficult for me. I've had to learn really, really hard lessons about standing up for myself, speaking up for myself, fighting for what I believe is right. And so I'm not saying all of the feminines have had like an easy time. You may have had a very difficult time. You may be very alone feeling at certain points in your life or with certain aspects of your life. And it's just, I think he knows that you're one of these keys to, victory. It's also like, it's like you intuitively know when he feels strong, when he feels weak, how he feels. Like he doesn't have to explain things to you in like so many words. You're so much more perceptive than most people. Okay. Obviously we know what that is, but you have 9-9 here, and again, we have the Hermit here in reverse. So in the end, you have Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups. He kind of doesn't know with the Lovers and the Wheel, all in reverse. I feel like there's this real question about how are things going to go? How do I approach her? How do I explain this? How do I show her my heart? How do I contact her? There's so many questions here. The thing I really feel is that he wants to tell you the truth about how he feels. And the Tower reversed with the 10 of Cups is a big energy. Those are big energies. That isn't something little that happened. He put distance there. He put distance between something that felt like his perfect dream, something that felt like nirvana, utopia, something he wanted. He pushed away in the worst way he could think of, or in a way where he knew this wouldn't come right back around, right? What I'm saying? Venus energy. He still feels your energy on him like a piece of clothing, or like part of him almost. I looked up twin flames, Pleiades, Isis, so that's a really, really powerful energy. Did I wait too long? I couldn't say it, but I felt a lot of the same thing as you did. He imagines you near him, next to him, with him, on him all the time. Law of attraction. It's almost like the energy is like, wow, that's, I don't know what you're saying, Spirit. Oh, so they were showing me shrinky dinks, or like those color forms. That's what it was, color forms. Oh, I get it. Okay, I thought they were shrinky dinks, but it's a, remember when you would have as a kid, I haven't thought about this, I don't know, 20, 30 years, a magnetic like scene, and you would stick the color forms, little magnets on it. And he's like, it feels like that. It feels like you're stuck on me wherever I go. And then he asks, do you even miss me? I crave you. Do you even miss me? The Alchemist, no good thing shall be denied. Aim higher. Diamond Light, Leo energy, Magician. Seeing signs. I get the feeling they're green flag, really seeing signs. I fantasize about us together. Perpetual transmutation, two joining together. That two joining together is like, they're being really interesting with the crafts and the toys today. I've never made stained glass. I don't know, there's something with fusion. When you fuse things together, part of what they're showing me is like a quilt, the other part's like stained glass. It's like how the seams are joined together. Thank you for letting me have my space. Atlantis, Capricorn. I'm curious about what you're doing. I write texts and delete them. You're so spiritual, I feel inadequate. That's the one that they want. And then Moon again. I've already seen the Moon, Violet Flame, Lemurian, and I'm planning to surprise you. I do feel like he's planning a surprise. And I feel like it has to do with either music, poetry, a gift that was made. It's something that communicates a lot without having like a back and forth conversation. So that's what seems to be important here. It's like he feels like he needs, so they keep saying like showing his heart, bearing his heart. You see in this card, he has cut out of a heart in his leg. And it's a very romantic, like this whole scene is like romance novel cover, long hair, open shirt, heart in the hand, flowers, right? It's my King of Cups card in this deck. And it's very, and then we have the Queen of Cups right here too. If you feel like you bared your heart at some point, or you made yourself very vulnerable, and this could have been a long time ago, could have been a text, an email, a letter. I feel like it was something written. I don't know why. It doesn't have to be that way for all of you, but this is what I'm feeling. I feel like if it's a letter, or you guys had texts that he saved, that he rereads it all of the time. And there's something, like there was a card in here that's like, no good thing shall be denied. I feel like you think maybe there was not much response or very little response to this declaration of love, or, you know, I call it kind of like when you gush about somebody, when you are like, it just overflows, right? The very first card I had out was that Ace of Cups, and I feel like they're bringing it back to that card where your heart just, you were in a period of time where your heart just overflowed. And I feel like it's cute the way that they're giving it to me, because it's like it overflowed into this puddle, and I feel like you see how they're standing in the water in this card, that there's water in a lot of these cards actually today. And I talked about the Angel of Temperance standing in the water yesterday. Here we have Justice. She's not clothed. She's standing on the earth. I feel like you felt that there's the moon, the pentacles, there it is. You know, your heart overflowed and formed this like ocean of water. And I feel like you felt maybe like you were standing in it alone. And he was always standing in it with you. But all of the things that it brought up in him had to be dealt with. I'm not going to go into a big thing about that because I went into it yesterday. So if you want to listen to yesterday's, I think it's a very helpful one. All right, let's say move on. Move on. Okay, let's move on. What do you want me to talk about now, Spirit? You know, he's been thinking and rereading and thinking and rereading and understanding, like, there's been a lot of appreciation. This is a card of maturity right here. And there's been a lot of understanding, like how much you brought to the table. Healing family issues fell out. And part of what has helped him so much is that we got the air, so we know this is important. For those of you that have been able to forgive your family, pain, abuse, trauma, could even be divorce, like your own divorce, or a situation where you overcame something very difficult. This has been helping him. I think we got that card yesterday. He's been very inspired. Part of what's, you know, he's been very inspired by you, by your ability to heal and manifest. I think a lot of these are in reverse, but I don't think we need to take them necessarily in reverse. It's just that for him, like, he really has been trying to carry on with life as usual, I feel like, and move past this, and it hasn't worked. This just hasn't worked. The way that he used to feel like what love was doesn't feel like love anymore. It feels like fake, codependency. He's somehow aware of his own red flags, which is a huge step. Like, awareness, like, even if you don't do anything, if you can see outside yourself and become aware of why you're doing the things you're doing, why you're sabotaging, even if you don't take steps to correct that, then you eventually do take steps to correct things, right? Most of the time. It's like part of him saw you do better in a way, and he wants to do better. And I feel like he doesn't really want to have this reconciliation with you until he's ready. That being said, I do feel like there is a current pressure around him for some reason, and let's try to figure out what that is. What is this pressure he feels? I'm gonna get some of these too. I'm very much in this deck. Just very much in feeling like I need to do some newness here. He kind of feels like he can't move forward to the next thing without you. Awaiting results. Yeah, he is awaiting his change. He's having a hard time. Oh, look at the water. I love that card. I haven't seen it in a while. You see? It's like the hermit light and the water overflowing and just the third eye open. Something in you he's going to trust. I love this card too. It's like a 9 of Cups energy. That's the Fool. He wants to put the effort in. And look at, we have 4 of Wands again. Bottom of the deck. Believe and succeed. He doesn't know if he can do it. Success and growth, balance. Listen. He's trying to listen to something inside of himself, which I think is very new for him. He's having a hard time confronting his shadow and working with his inner child. That's what I see here. There's something he can't let go of, and it might be the pain that we saw back in here, because it's taking center stage right now. I feel like I've talked a lot in the last week about healing wounds. So we have had 2 cards of listening now. Listening for truth in the shell. Remember when I talked about the Nautilus shell and the inner chambers? Focus on the light. Every journey starts with a single step. I'm going to cover this. Interesting. That's a beautiful card to come out. We have another card with sunflowers. Shock of the New. It's kind of like a tower, and it also has the music, the piano on it, and the voice being activated with the Merkaba. And then this is one of my favorite cards in this deck, and the other favorite card is on the bottom. Spirals of Manifestation. And I do get that feeling like he sees the connection between you and him, and I saw it yesterday too. It's like there's something that he knows that if he can get brave enough to take one single step in the right direction, it's going to create a ripple effect. And I see it in all of these cards. So on the bottom of the deck, oh look, can't make this stuff up, you guys. What you want wants you. And you see up on the top how it looks like a Nautilus shell? He wants to be brave enough to show you. Look at Sacred Fool, which is the Fool card, and we have it twice now, and I think we had it in there too. I think we had it here somewhere, I don't know. And Bring It Into Form, which is another manifestation. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Be the hunter, not the hunted. So there is this desire to manifest a new, all of these, there's so many spirals here. I mean, look at them all. Look at all of these interconnected rings. And this card of giving and receiving, look at it, it fell right on top of the, it's like he knows you gave and he couldn't receive it and he couldn't give it back. And that's an important card. because there's this feeling here of, if I can just get bold enough to show like one of these heart lights, it will all ripple out from there. And I will say, I feel like Spirit has been giving a lot of messages regarding be playful. Don't see the one heart light and like go to 1,000. I don't know why they're saying it like that, but look at more spirals. It's just spiral after spiral after spiral of the change that will happen if he can get there. Part of him doesn't believe right at this very moment that he can, but he is trying to get there. This is a card of like looking at the roots. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to figure out, if you don't like, it's a metaphor. It's like, if you don't like the fruit that the tree is bearing, you know, if it's not good fruit, then you kind of need to look at the health of the tree and the roots, right? Like, is it getting the nutrients that it needs? Did it grow in a way where it wasn't being nourished, is what they want to say. So I'm going to get some of these so we can see. These are really like Atlantean cards. We'll start advice with this and see what you need to know about him coming out of hermit mode with this message. You know, a lot of it is like, be there, just be there. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty, devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. He has trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And we have the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? And then the Fool. So those are two beautiful cards together. Leap, go first. The universe will catch you. He's going to leap. After this facade crumbles down, he's going to leap. You see how we've been having the Four of Wands come out for like the last couple days, and look at that portal right there with basically the 11 columns. I love seeing the word trust on his side. And then it says, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. There's just a lot of understanding flooding in on this light again, right? The third eye being illuminated, the past life memories. Like, I don't necessarily feel like there's groundbreaking stuff coming through in this reading, but I do feel like a very big, I feel like the decision's been made for him and he just needs to figure out. And it's cool because it isn't this like overly excited decision. This decision is grounded in like, this really means something to me. Expect a miracle. This really means something to me and I want to do it correctly. And I think that's kind of one of the first times he may have ever said that. You have Sekhmet, be strong. You're stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. He has Maeve, cycles and rhythms. So again, that spiral of the cycle. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. And then Mat, fairness, which again has the justice scales on it. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Bottom of the deck is boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. And then we have the freaking Fool card for the 4th time. Take a risk. and put your heart's true desire into action. I do feel like he will put his heart into action, and it will be a beautiful thing when it happens. They just want you to be grounded, but also very receptive and have your, sacral chakra be strong. Hold that sacral energy in. Don't let it go all over the place. Heart healing for you, dioptase. So these are all energies you can call in, work with, ask for them to attune your energy field to. See, grounding, and then labradorite, take action. And that's on him. It definitely is on him. Learning, music, and balance. Yeah. And look, for the 5th time, new beginnings. So ultimately, when anyone ever asks me how should they learn tarot, I always say, don't read anything but the Rider-Waite for like 2 to 3 months. Don't mess with oracle cards. This is my personal opinion, because once you can read the Rider-Waite, you can read anything, and it's all going to kind of relate back to the Rider-Waite, which is, like the soul's journey. Definitely, I feel very strongly with this taking action. And it's a new action. I'm kind of tired of that card. I want to get 2. Wow. Beautiful cards. Again, Mercury with open communication, Radha, soul flame, green Tara, supreme protection. You have Gaia, earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to earth and stay grounded. The divine director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. He has hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. That's a big deal for him. That card is a big deal. Because if you've been somebody that has been in fear and doubt for a very long time, in terms of you assume kind of the worst in all situations because you want to protect your heart, to be able to have hope. And I see now, this is why they had me bring the star out in the very beginning, is that choosing hope, it's a very vulnerable place to be. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. And then divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. I think something pretty major is going to happen in his life when he chooses loving thoughts. I think he's waiting for an outcome. We had that card, waiting for an outcome. And I think he's waiting for some kind of outcome. Maybe of things have happened long ago. I don't know. But maybe you've tried to help him see the benefit of positive thinking, or helped him out of depression, or given him resources, whatever. I hate scenarios, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to relate it to what might have happened in your guys' relationship, and maybe he's just seen you being positive through dark circumstances, because I've seen that in these cards for some of you, is that you have been met with a lot of challenges and you have gone through heart healing. And this is very beautiful to somebody watching it, because you grow and you alchemize pain and you grow as a person. You grow more loving. And whenever someone has a traumatic or difficult experience, there's always that choice to contract and be more like the person who hurt you, or to expand into more love and say, you know what you did wasn't right and it hurt, but I understand that you're doing that because of your hurt, because of something inside of you that's about you and it's not about me. And I think he's seen you do this, and it's a really beautiful thing. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you, and then downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. So just dragons, and then we shall get some messages from him. I feel like I need a new message deck. I'm gonna take a few other messages today because I feel like he's got a lot to say, just from the masculine though. Okay, dragon for you. Beautiful Omega dragon. Harness the divine feminine power of creation. Look at how strong he feels. Intention. Hold your vision. Birth the higher consciousness. He has Thor's black and red dragon and black, red, and gold dragon. Jeez Louise. Protects you in times of change. A time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you are safe. I love that card. Okay, and then between you, you have the Earth Dragon, clears the path and the land around you. For those of you that are looking to move, and if I feel there's some people in this collective that maybe have wanted to move, and I think Spirit's held you where you are, and it's been frustrating. There's maybe one person, I don't know. I think that was for a reason. And I think that will, and look at it, says stay grounded again, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing and you can move forward in life. You may be able to move soon. Brings purification, self-discipline, and speeds ascension. Brings joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. And then, yeah, ask Archangel Gabriel to put the diamond wherever he wants to put it in your chakras. Mine is in my causal chakra. Brings universal knowledge to your spiritual gateway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. Okay, we're going to get messages from him because he wants to say some things. What do you want to say, Divine Feminine, today? What are you thinking about? Can you give us some clues about what's going through your heart and your head? I let my doubts and fears get the best of me. I can't stand not talking to you. I'm so afraid of rejection. I'm so tired of sabotaging this connection. I feel like these are the things he's going to tell you, or some things that he's facing about himself. I'm sorry for lying to you. I want to come back home to you. You're where I belong. I daydream about you. I'm not ready for commitment. All I want to do is talk to you. So many songs remind me of you. I don't want this to be over. You're so damn beautiful, and I can picture a life with you. I have a plan, but you have to trust me. I'm overcoming my childhood trauma. Everything I do for our future. I miss you. I miss holding you. I'm not good at communicating my feelings. Sometimes he gets brave for a second and then he gets afraid again. I can see that. Okay. What other cards? Why do you want these cards? This is like, I love this deck, but it's so janky. I don't know. I hope that's not a bad word. It just is like not made well, but I still love it. I can't do this right now. I can't talk to you right now. They're saying these are his fears. I need to hold back my true feelings for you, but I can't let go of this. Life without you is hopeless and dark and depressing, and I miss your light. I do feel like that's what was in the original reading. It's all too much. I can't stop thinking about you. I feel lonely. Why do I feel this? Why? Don't put up with my BS. I'm stuck in visions of us together. Desire. I'm scared of rejection. You are so different from everyone around me. Then there was a kisses card. I wish I could be a different person. Is it over? See, I feel like sometimes he's like, it's over. And and then he's like, I have to immediately go to her. I'm obsessed with you. I can't make you happy. The passion is too much. I need to figure myself out. I cry at night. And then emotions overwhelm me. I do feel that. I feel like emotions overwhelm him. And it gets like, he shuts down. And that's kind of what they're saying. It's like, if you guys talk, there's no reason to go fast. Like, if you don't go slow, go as slow as you need to go. And like, time with twin flames doesn't matter. You know, just don't push it to overwhelming is all I have to say about it. I don't know if these cards are going to give us anything, because there's a lot of weird, this is 2 decks mixed together. There's a lot of weird cards in here. I'm not ready. I'm planning on calling you. I'm confused. I want to be more than friends. I never met anyone like you before. I want to see you so bad. Love will keep us together. I feel connected to you. I have a secret that keeps coming out. Stay away from me. I don't know what to do. Getting lost in the memories. I effed up. I've liked you for a really long time. I want you, but I shouldn't. I'm scared of commitment. Why did you leave? I think some of these are things he's afraid that you'll ask. I love your body. I feel stuck. If I can't have you, no one else can, and then I am ready. So you can see from these cards that he feels confused. Sometimes he feels one way and other times he feels another way, and that's just how it goes with him. The main thing being is that he has a lot of fears, and he hasn't taken control of all of them yet. You know, sometimes things get the best of him, but I see in this dragon here that is changing. It's like, I feel like he's been through, you've both been through so much. He's been through so much. And he's like seeing, like, I don't know, they're bringing this, I talked about the tree earlier, right? They're bringing this card to my attention that, I don't know why the tree is coming through. It's like, he's getting this, he's understanding that what you see, like the fruit, is only as good as the nourishment of the roots, right? And he can see that, this is overwhelming me, his feelings. So he gets very overwhelmed by the passion he feels for you, and there's also like a responsibility thing here too, but it overwhelms him. It's like he can see that your roots like grow together, and that's somewhat jarring for him. Oh, I looked at the clock and it's 43:43. Wait, don't rush into it. Surrender. Times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and it will all work out. Acceptance. Those are powerful cards. Wait, surrender, and acceptance. It's the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. So that's what surrender actually is. There's no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. And then we have the Twin Flames card. He definitely knows. He wants to put the past behind him and understand that. I feel like he's overcoming this feeling that we all make mistakes, and that doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person who made a mistake. And if you learn from it and you make your amends, right? Say sorry or do what you need to do to try to make things right. You don't have to live in shame. There's a new path that's available to you now. And people can love you even if you've made mistakes. And you can't, like, you know, lie to yourself and then try to be true person to other people, is what it's getting at. So anyway, I hope this has helped you. I've enjoyed this reading. I love reading for you. I thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. If you want a reading, they're available on my Etsy store. And I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.